Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome to episode 116 of Shrigleytube TV. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. And if you're returning, thanks very much for your attendance. Really appreciate you clocking on tonight to watch what we've got to show you. Anyway, going to start by saying massive congratulations to young James Ibbotson. He's unofficially won the CTCRC, which is the Classic Touring Car Championship, in his little imp. So well done, James. You drove absolutely superbly. He had a real good run up until Brands Hatch when we had a bit of an accident, but that was just one of them things. So he's got the car fixed. He's going to be back out at Silverstone next weekend. So if you've got time and you can afford to get there, whatever, it'd be great to see any YouTubers down there or anyone who's into Hillman's. We'll be there on the Sunday, the 5th of October, to celebrate with James, and we're going to get him a big cake and all the rest of it, make a bit of a fuss over it, because it is quite an achievement and he did do very well, and he isn't doing it on a big budget, so you know he's done well. So well done, James. I'll stop waffling now, let you get on with the show. Hope you enjoy what you see, and I'll see you next Sunday at 7. Have a great week. Bye for now. Good morning, YouTubers. Monday morning, bit fresh this morning, frost on the windscreen. Took a while to get here, loads of traffic. Can't wait to move to the new unit where hopefully we'll escape the traffic. Anyway, I thought I'd just say hello on screen. I've got my brother next door helping, which is really handy. He's off work this week, so he said he'd come and give me a lift. So he's stripping 930s. I'm still in play about mode. I thought we'll get this done, because if we can get this in the car, it means the car can then be moved to the new unit. So that's important to make space, because we've got to start collapsing outside, because there's lean-tos that need to be removed and containers and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I'll turn the camera on. Right, slight change of plan, chaps. The slave cylinder was going to end up at an angle like that. Now, I'm not clever enough to know what the effects of that are going to be long term, but I do know in the imp it's perfectly horizontal. So I was thinking to myself, how can we do this and run into the least amount of problems long term? So I've come up with an idea, and that was, if we extend the length of the clutch arm, we can then get the slave cylinder horizontal, and that means that it will change the ratio. So this won't move as far for any given distance moved here. However, this is a standard 7/8 master cylinder. It should say 7/8 on there, you just can't see it because it's all grubby. If we don't have enough travel, we can go to a 3/4, which is a smaller bore, which means for any given amount of fluid that goes into here from the master cylinder, we'll get more travel. So even though we're changing the ratio, we should be able to deal with it by changing the size of the slave cylinder. Now, as a spin-off of having the slave cylinder horizontal, I was going to use this piece of steel here, and I was going to cut it all out. I made a little template, which I've now lost. It's handy, isn't it? And it's here. So this is my little template. That just literally sits like that. And I was going to fold it to get the angle so that the slave cylinder is pushing. But I thought, if we can make it horizontal, we can do it out of alley. So I found a scrap piece of alley. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scribe around it. I'll ring drill it all the way around. It'll only take 5 minutes. Then we'll put it in the vise and get a file on it, and we'll file the shape. And then that'll give us a piece of alley that we can bolt to there. We don't have to bend it, we can leave it horizontal. Put a big hole in it for the slave cylinder to bolt through. And it should all just work absolutely fantastic, he says, in theory. But we'll see what happens. First thing to do, make the plate. Second thing, we'll extend this and then get it so it's pushing horizontally. That's the plan. Richard has just pulled up outside in a little car Gonna go and see what he's up to. Can't park that there, mate.
All I've got to say is, forget your Hillman Imps, forget your Mini Coopers. What you need is one of these.
No.
Absolutely fantastic.
You like it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, it's like an Abarth replica. 800cc now. Look at this. It's got
800cc.
Got over 10 grams worth of engine in it.
10 grams of engine.
Look at that manifold. Look at the
It's
exhaust.
only got one carburettor and 2 cylinders. How much can a set of pistons
How
be?
amazing is that?
Is it air
It's a
cooled?
little rocket ship, yeah. Little rocket ship. It's got an oil cooler tucked down the front now, obviously. Look at that tiny little 123 Dizzy on it.
I've never seen a Weber like that where it's not been drilled and tapped for the.
Yeah, they reckon it's maybe off something Peugeot.
Never seen that in my life.
So it's yeah.
Richard, where were you last week? I've lost subscribers
I've been
again.
very busy. I've been busy doing actual work, not like
been
you.
You've not been in the
I
workshop.
haven't been doing anything.
Mate,
What a little rocket ship.
it is cute. Little. The transact's any good. It's strong on these.
No idea. It was rebuilt about 10, 15 years ago into this kind of spec. It's had all the chassis been strengthened at the front.
Chassis's been strengthened. Has it got a chassis?
What do you mean?
It is cute. I'll give you that. Nice paint job.
Yeah, yeah. The other big thing is all Fiat 500s have like a canvas roof.
Right.
Apart from the Abarth, they've got this solid thing, so that's all been stitched in.
Wow.
Quite a special little thing, this, you know.
Is it yours?
Look at that. No, I'm selling it on behalf of a customer.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. You never get them where it's just immaculate all around the front.
Is it import?
Yeah, it came from Italy.
Is that where Ratty lives up
10
there?
years ago.
That's where Ratty lives.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
But yeah, what I think, look at the clocks in it.
hey. What does that say on the front? Amola
I don't
May.
know what it means. I'll have to like
I think. Oh, hang on.
An Italian wife.
No, I think it's probably so. I want to be an imp or something like that. 800cc. I loved how you said it.
Those clocks.
800cc like it was a big engine. Look at that. Come on then, let's hear it. It's nice inside.
Yeah, it's really well. It's really nicely sorted. But you know, you look down the gutters and everything. It's just.
Yeah, it's been done properly, hasn't it?
It
Someone's.
hasn't been done. It's just nice.
No, it's been done that, mate. It's a
Well, I
nice.
know it's been restored, yeah, but it's not a major panel surgery.
Is it going to sound like it's missing? I'm always disappointed by these things.
You're already ready to be mean, aren't you?
It's not that, mate. Do you know what's upsetting me? I've seen inside one. Do you know how they work?
Yeah.
Both pistons go up and down at the same time. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. The harmonics have just scared me to bits. You know how they work? They have 2 pistons go up and down,
yeah.
and they have a massive counterweight on the crank. I just couldn't understand
It's got
that.
a 5-speed box as well, this. A Bath box in it.
A 5-speed box. Straight cut dog. Is it a dog box?
No.
Yeah, it's
I think,
Ow.
sorry. You look under the back, look, the gearbox hanging down. It's almost like a racing car.
mate. You can. How much is this worth?
It's going to be getting towards 20 grand.
Hiya, Philip. Hiya, mate. Thank you, mate. I'll come and pay you some money soon.
You'll be lucky.
Hey, the Audi drive's lovely. Thanks for putting my shocks on. Cracking job, that. What's it going? What's it worth?
It's going to be going for somewhere in the region of 20k.
Yeah. If
It's a nice little toy for
it's
someone.
nice, and it'd be a nice little tip box for someone, but you're not going to realistically race it. and if it did any more than what was
No,
it?
it's
Rev,
a
what was,
cafe race.
what was
It's
it?
a
Rev
cafe
to
race.
7,000 RPM.
You race to your cars and coffee in the
Yeah,
morning.
what was it?
I don't know. I daren't even try. I don't want to make it go bang.
I won't go past 7,000 in that. Yeah, I think you'd have. I saw the harmonics on the return spring when it came off its RPM. I just thought, imagine what it's like inside the engine. Crikey.
Nice little thing though.
It is nice, Bergerac, but an imp is just like 10 times the car. I'm sorry. It's cute. It looks good. I'm glad it's only worth 20 grand. If he was going to say 40, I'd have just
Well,
lost
if it
the
was a
plot.
proper Abarth, they're like 50, 60, 70.
Oh, had he really?
Yeah. So it's a bargain, really.
Must be a big following. Has it got a different boot to a normal Fiat 500?
It's on stage.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were more rounded. It looks bigger at the back.
Depends on the age of it.
Does it?
Well, obviously, it's just stepped out of the back there.
Yeah. Did they fit this one with a 4-cylinder engine as well?
No, I don't think. I don't really know that much about them, but I don't think they did. No, I think they were always.
I've got a water cool.
They did a 600, didn't they? I don't know whether that was a tiny little 4-pot.
When I was on holiday as a kid in like Ibiza or something, I hired a motorbike at like 15 years old and went up a mountain and I found one of these. It was definitely the same as that, but it had a 4-cylinder engine in it.
Right.
Yep, I was fascinated.
Wonderful.
Right, well, have you got anything else exciting this week?
Just trying to think. No. Well, just MGBs. Got a nice Heritage Shell Roadster.
Wow, I couldn't see that.
Sold 2 last week, so yeah, had a busy week last week. Sorry,
didn't
I
see
didn't have time for you.
No, it's not good enough, mate. I had -5 subscribers, and you know, I just wondered where's it all going wrong. Anyway, it must be you.
Because you just never hear anymore.
No, I don't think there's. I think what it is we need engineering content, not just Andy waffle. We need Bergerac and. Yeah, anyway, right, thanks very much. Okay, chaps, following on from Bergerac's little Fiat 500 that he absolutely loved, I did actually buy, or I acquired, I don't know how I came across it, but this is a Fiat 126 2-cylinder engine, similar sort of design to the one that was in the Fiat 500. This one is a water-cooled unit, though. So, obviously, the other one had a big fan, didn't it, that blew the cold air over it. This one, a conventional radiator. So, I just wanted to show you the crankshaft because it fascinated me at the time. So it's what we call a 2-bearing crank. It's only supported at each end. So it doesn't have a middle main. So I can't see, although I don't know enough about them really, unless it's made of some supersonic material, how it can go round very fast without getting a bit of a whip on. Because as you can see, it has 2 pistons down and 2 pistons up at the same time, whereas you'd think the logical way, or if I was to do it, not that I know anything about 2-cylinder engines, I would have done them 180 degrees opposed, so you'd have had that one there and this one here, and I'd have put a middle main in it to support it so that the crank didn't move. Anyway, probably for what it did as a road car engine, you know, it didn't bother it, but certainly if you wanted to tune one, there's got to be an easier way than using that setup. It's heavy as well, you know. Anyway, nice little wedge-shaped chambered head. Looks very similar to a Talbot Sunbeam 930 head, to be fair, doesn't it? We've got one here, actually. So, yeah, very similar looking chamber. So, you reckon they had 75 horsepower on a rolling road. I don't know what to think about that comment either. I just can't see it because I don't see how you'd be able to use the RPM to get nearly 100 brake per litre. You'd need to use at least 8,000, and I can't see that being happy after 6.5. Not for a long time anyway. One thing that is a bit of praise is this is a wet liner engine that's been designed properly. So if you look, the head bolts pull from the bottom of the liner so that it doesn't have any expansion issues. Like with the Imp, the head bolts are tapped around the outside here. So as the engine gets hot, because you've got a difference in coefficient of expansion between the aluminium and the iron, the head and the outside of the block goes this way. The liner gets left behind, hence why we have to use Wills rings on an Imp. But on this design, because it's threaded below the shoulder of where the liner sits, when you pull the head down, it pulls the liner up, if that makes sense. Helps maintain a good squish on the firing so the gasket doesn't fail. But there you go. If anyone needs a Fiat 126 engine, I'm going to put this on eBay because there's no way it's coming to a new unit with me. Okay, quick update on the slave cylinder. I've made the bracket now, just roughed it out. It's out scrap alley, so we've got little bits missing, but it won't affect its operation. And I've drilled the hole for the slave cylinder, so we've got to drill the bolts where they go through. It just lands nicely on there, which obviously with it pushing this way, it'll want to push back, so it's quite nice that it's going to rest on that bolt there. It might give it a little bit more support. So that's all looking good so far. Next we're going to extend this but not today because it's time to go to the new unit. But I'm going to take my brother out for dinner first because he's worked hard this morning. Okay, YouTubers, it's Monday afternoon. It's got the rain out of its system. It's lovely here. I just arrived at the new unit to do a bit of moving around, and Mark's come to see me. And the new unit, it is lovely Hillman. This is my favourite one of the two, by the way, Mark.
Thank you very much.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I missed you at National Weekend.
Yes, we didn't go this year. We went to Roll Hard instead.
Right, you won't be getting a Christmas card from me. Okay.
Well, that'll make a change.
You never got one anyway. Yeah, no, I don't believe in wasting the paper. No, mate, I couldn't let you arrive and disappear without taking the opportunity to just make a little video. I know most of the viewers will have seen this before.
Take a video of my new seats.
Oh, look at them. Oh, mate, if I was in my better clothing, I'd have a little trial. They're lovely, they are. And they're well bolted in as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're on original.
Oh, yeah.
Bases.
Are they fiberglass then?
Fiberglass back.
Yeah.
These are made by Jeff Day.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're a copy of a 70s Porsche seat, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And yeah.
They look like they hold you in the position well,
yeah,
anyway.
They're very good. I can go round corners 3 times as quick now.
I hope you don't break the speed limit, Mark.
Too scared to look at the speed.
Too scared to look at the speed. Let's get to the good bit. Now, the best bit about this car is this is a matching numbers.
Matching numbers.
Oh, is this the Christmas Day engine that you built on Christmas Day?
They all get done on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Every day is Christmas Day in Mark's house.
Christmas, this one.
Yeah, this is the curly block.
Yeah.
But it's a curly in disguise, isn't it? It's curly block, but it's actually a 1040, isn't it?
Shh.
Oh, sorry, is the insurance coming? Been made aware. Right. No, it's awesome, that, mate. Absolutely awesome. Little Stromberg, you like that as well?
I do like that Stromberg.
Yeah, very good. That's awesome, that, mate. Can I put the boot down so I can get the full image?
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to ask you for a little. We can't rev it too high because we'll upset the cows in the field. But a little blip, is that all right?
Blips are good with me. I
Give
can
us
do blips.
just a little blip, not a big one, just a little one, just to refresh my memory on.
And I'll show you something else while I'm walking around the front here. What do you think of this badge?
The badge.
That's refurbished by me.
That is awesome, mate. Yeah, it looks better than new. It probably is better than new. How have you done that?
Oh,
I see. You've rubbed it down from the back and then painted it all in.
you just paint it from the back. Basically.
Yeah. God, and Bennett, you must have better eyes than me. I couldn't get them red bits in. Have you used a magnifying glass?
No, pure touch, pure, by feel.
Pure by feel.
Yeah.
Oh, bliss that, mate.
All right, not going to upset the cows, that is.
No, got some oil pressure. That's handy.
Got some fuel as well.
Some fuel. Yeah. Right, Mark. Thank you very much for showing us around the little car.
Absolutely.
We'll show you around the workshop now.
Excellent.
2-minute update. Been busy at the new unit. We've moved the imp to the corner, cleared the corner out. This is all stuff to stay. Filled the skip. I'll take that horrible fridge tomorrow in the Passat to the tip. Okay, chaps, it's Tuesday mid-morning. Been a bit of a busy morning. We've had Glenn's arrived and Bernie's been and checked out the new dyno. I've been trying to get this to a stage which isn't really the right thing to do because I've got loads of other things that are more important, but the Husky, which is here, if I can put the engine and box in it, then I can take it to the new unit in the back of the new green van. And that means I can get this one down, get the ramp collapsed and get the ramp out because the ramp's going to the new unit as well. There's so much to do. But I thought, you know what? If we do this, we've cracked it then. We can drop this into the back of the Husky, just strap it up until we get a chance to make a new mount. We'll sit it on all its mounts at the back here. And yeah, we can just basically worry about it next year when we get a chance to look at it again. But a bit ropey. I've just extended the arm, but it's meant that the slave cylinder still now operates as it would have done in the car. So because I've increased the length between there and the pivot point there, that will reduce the amount of movement at the slave cylinder, at the release bearing. This is a 7/8 master. If we go to a 3/4, which is an option, because it's a smaller cylinder, for any given amount of fluid push from the front, it will push it further. So we can tune it once it's in the car, as long as this bit's all good, which is all good now. Made a little bracket, got some longer cap head bolts to hold it on. We'll put some washers on all this and do it properly. But for now, I'm going to try and slot it in the back of the crusty Husky. Okay chaps, we've come across a bit of an engineering hurdle. Believe it or not, the engine's too big for the back of the Husky. So yeah, don't know what we're going to do here. I've weighed it up, and we can gain an inch that end. It'll all fit lengthwise, you know, but what I didn't take into account was the dizzy. Dizzy's right here. So we can see the back panel's attached here. I think we're going to have to unpick it and make like a little space frame to support the weight. But yeah, that's a bit disappointing. That I was hoping to put it in, hang it up, put it in the transporter, and then take it to the new unit for working on another day. But I think we'll have to abandon that, take the engine and box separately, and we'll just take the imp in the back of the Husky in the back of the van, because it requires more thinking about it. If I start chopping all this up now, I'll just be rushing it and make a mess of it. I think we're going to be better off chopping the subframe that end and just gaining an extra inch by moving the box forward, or to shorten the gear change assembly. And the donut should cope for an inch easily, no problem, of alignment. That won't bother them. But yeah, it was never going to be a simple task, was it?
Yeah.
Well done, our kid. That's it. She fits like an absolute glove. Look at that. We'll have no problem getting the space frame in here. Loads of space and a great angle with these massive long ramps. Like two-piece. Think of that, Bergerac. You like that, don't you?
You won't get a rotten Escort estate in there, though, will you? What are you going to do with that?
It's not rotten. It's a project car. Hiya, mate.
Can't park that in there.
Why not?
Can't.
Neither of them have got any tax on them.
The yellows.
Mate, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with that. I think that's going to be a fantastic race bus. Yeah.
Well, you'll have to sell the ambulance now.
No, never.
You can't have two V8 buses.
This is for doing track days, and the ambulance is for going racing with the family. How's life treating you? Oh, look at you.
Look, I've given my car a polish. Look how nice it looks.
Mate, have you got too much time on your
No,
hands?
I had 2 hours at the end of yesterday. And I thought, you know what? I haven't cleaned it since I bought it.
Have you finished getting excited about your Fiat 500? I bought an engine, you know, years ago.
75 brake that's got, by the way.
Yeah, right, it has. Out of 800cc with no RPM, I don't think so.
Got a rolling
mate.
road tune.
Yeah, they tweaked it to make him smile.
I think
Listen,
they had 17 as standard then.
yeah, that sounds more like it. Don't worry, we'll go through the middle, our kid. What I was going to say was, I found my Fiat 126 engine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do a talk on it on YouTube. I've got the crankshaft so you can see the crankshaft.
Sounds
I think
good.
it's relevant to the.
Yeah.
I've been looking for an excuse to talk about it. Right.
How long has that been sat in the? Well, I don't even know.
I went that long. I'd forgotten I got it. So there you go.
Yeah, well,
Brilliant.
enjoy.
Nice one. Good morning, YouTubers. It's Wednesday morning. Now I've been cruising my new Audi for about a month. Absolutely love it. Best car that Audi ever made, this, in my opinion. The build quality is superb. However, it's got an issue. The heater is lame, real lazy. I've been here before. It's got a thermostat in it, so it gets up to 90 degrees water temperature then quickly. I've just pulled this little bulkhead thing off here, and I can see the heater pipes go into the bulkhead here. It's quite orange inside. So I thought what we'll do is we'll blast some hot water on the steam cleaner backwards and forwards through these pipes, and we'll see if there's any muck in the matrix, because that would affect the efficiency of the heating inside the car. It does work, but the more RPM you give it, i.e. the more water flow, so at 3000 RPM it's lukewarm, but at idle it's stone cold. So we're going to see if there's any muck in there. I think what we'll do is we'll pull the pollen filter out, because that'll get splashed and then that'll be damp for the rest of the month, and make it very hard to see where you're going when it's blowing steam at your windscreen. Chris is going to be the cameraman. Right, Chris, you focus on those two pipes there, mate. We'll see if any muck comes out of it. going now, isn't it? Don't swear on YouTube. That looks very clean, that to me. I definitely haven't got time to overuse it, have I? Oh, it's good mercy that time, isn't it? Okay chaps, it's Wednesday, nearly dinner. We shouldn't be here, we should be at the new units. Quite nice here in St Retford today. Loads of space outside because the, oh watch our kid there, they got caught on camera. The race box has gone and the ambulance has gone to the new unit. So we've put the engine, this is Julian's engine from Tennessee. This is the one that DHL knocked back because it smelt of oil and it had carbon in the exhaust ports. I will never ever use DHL as long as I live. I would never recommend them either. What an absolute farce. But anyway, I've just basically put the engine back in, having cleaned the exhaust ports out, and they said it smelled oily, so I'm just giving him a little bit of a BO bash. How's it smelling there, Ark? Does it smell alright? Oh, it smells lovely. It smells like it's ready for a night out in the town. So, got the old Lynx Africa on it. Hopefully, he won't be coming back again. He'll just be going straight to Tennessee, no problem. Okay, Julian, here goes. We're going to make a smell. Real nice. So hopefully they can't knock it on. It smells of oil. It's all packaged up, ready to go. I'm going to wheel it next door now, put the paperwork with it. I am actually here all day tomorrow. I'm not going to go to the unit so I can oversee it getting on the truck. Put it on a pallet truck ready to go. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be leaving here tomorrow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the unit. It's Wednesday afternoon. Just done a run to the scrapyard. That was quite good. Got rid of a load of radiators and copper. Now, I've had an opportunity to do another track day at Alton Park, which is literally 20 minutes from where I am now, on Tuesday the 7th of October. My mate Stuart said we can share it, do half a day each. He wants to test his Rover out after his little prang. Now, I am keen to do it, but last time we ran this engine, this is the offset engine, I tried to run it without an oil cooler. And it lost oil pressure when it was hot, down to like 30 psi, which is just oil temperature, I think. So what I thought I'd do is fire it up now. Now, it used to have like 65 when it was cold. I've not even run it since that weekend. So if I run it now and it goes back to 65 at a fast idle, I know that the engine is pretty much as fit as it was when it came off the dyno. What I'll do is I'll fit an oil cooler on it, and we'll take it to Alton Park and have a blast round. I just enjoy going around in circles for a morning. That'll be good fun, that. So I'll fire it up now and see what... Right, well, it's lost a little bit. I think it lost about 5 psi. So what we'll do is we'll change the oil and see what it's like after we change the oil. Have a look at the oil as well and the filter. Maybe cut the filter open, just make sure we've not damaged any bearings in the process of overheating the oil. And then we'll make a decision on whether it's fit enough to go to Alton Park without coming apart. For some reason, it's on 3 cylinders. It's number 1, I think, that's not working. Not quite sure what that reason is, but we've got no tools here to investigate it. So we'll have a look at that later. Quick update, it's Wednesday evening. Me and my brother, we've been moving junk. We've moved all that junk now, or not junk, we'll call it stuff for repurposing. Hillman's in the corner, just got that pile and the glass to go. We have been given a container to put it in, so that's great. We'll keep moving a bit every day, and eventually That corner's going to be where Big Bertha lives. We're going to put all the grinding and all the welding in that area. And then what we'll do is we'll stud wall it all to the roof and keep all the dust in that area. And then outside of here, we'll have the machines and a nice build table under the window there for summertime. Ramp here, get my Hillman on that, opposite the shutter door. Should be good. Yeah, looking like we're getting there very, very slowly. Morning, YouTubers. It's Friday morning. Did no YouTube at all yesterday. It's pretty poor. I'm a bit overwhelmed by how much stuff I've got to move and all the rest of it. Started making a little scrap pile there. That's my little Escort estate, which has been hanging around forever. It's now on eBay. That's my little Bond. Bondy can't go anywhere though. Bondy's staying. He was in the race box. The race box has gone. Yeah, so I just thought I'd do a bit of a talk about why I've not been producing any YouTube. It was quite a short video tonight, but anyway, we'll try. I can't find anything interesting enough to talk about, basically. It's all just getting a bit sort of interviewee and that sort of thing. Made a little pile of parts there in the workshop, which will become ready to go to the show. And a bit of a tidy up in here because it's the first time we've actually got floor space. Normally we had engines stacked all the way out here, but as they've gone to the new unit, the XE's gone and it's made more space. So we just had a customer turn up, a nice chap from Ireland, and he brought his 998 over. So I just quickly, whilst he waited, whizzed the head off it to make sure there was no real nasties. It's a Chessman block, I believe, although can't actually see any Chessman mark. Oh, there you go. AC 330. So it's a genuine Chessman block. It's got the usual problems. Funny, this wheel spring looks like it's in the wrong position. You see the gap is much bigger on this side than this side. And if we look at this, you can see the wheel string, if I could just get it to focus. The wheel string has been sat right on the edge of the liner and right in on this side. So yeah, it's lucky it sealed that really. That one is right over there and right on the edge there. So what we'll do is we'll do our usual thing. We'll push the liners out, re-glue them in, bore it, then we'll dowel the block to the head before we go any further, make sure the wheel strings are concentric to where they need to be. It's got a nice 4x2x1 manifold, bit of a silencer, pair of Webbers. We're going to put him a new cam in it, make it a bit more friendly for him. But I think it's basically fit. It just wants an upgrade. So that's what we're going to do. But for the time being, it's going to get put in a box because we have to concentrate on moving units, because sooner or later I'll be paying rent on both units and that won't be good. So I'm still waiting. Well, not waiting. Mr. Maynard's sending me a front pulley for this. As soon as the front pulley arrives for this, we'll get this as assembly to Bob and get it all balanced, and that will be for my other Irish customer. So just waiting on that arriving, and what I'm going to try and do this morning is I want to strip this. I'm going to run David's 1040 that's on the dyno and get that in the out tray. I've been waiting all week for the air filters to arrive. I'm hoping they arrive today. I thought we'd do a quick summary of this engine. I know we've stripped loads of 998s, haven't we? But I think this will be all right. I think we'll be able to turn it into a 1012. Got the block here. It is a thin wall liner. So can you see the liner there? How thin it is. That means it can only ever go out to 73mm, which is 1012cc. So it'll go half a mil bigger. I've mic'd the crank up. That was good. Most of that's for the bin. Just valve springs, valves, all that. The head. Initially, I thought, oh my God, it's going to want valve seats, this nightmare. But I put a new valve in it, and it's not the valve seat. It's the actual valve has been refaced at some point. So if you look, you can see when they reface the valves, it makes them thinner. The new one's much thicker. So the valve height will be fine. We will have to put guides in it because it's on iron guides. So we'll stick a set of bronze guides in it. And the ports are a bit wheezy, to say the least. It has got big valves in it, so I'll open the ports up while the guides are out. We'll make some short guides for it. We'll reface it, put our support screws in here. I don't think it's cracked, but we will weld it just to be on the safe side. So if it does decide to try and have a crack, it's got a bit of support there. Bottom end was just typical old school. Don't know who owns up to them big end bolts, but they won't be going back in. They'll be in the bin. Bearings are just not actually lead, copper or lead. You know, they're not the modern ACL type or anything. They're just tin alley ones, which is fine for rallying and sprinting and stuff. But we'll try and turn it into something that can do a few RPMs sustained. And yeah, pistons, one of the rings was broke, just old school ring. Probably had a bit of debt at some point. Just breaks the rings. It's had a bit of heat in it. You see the pickup on the side of the piston there on the skirt. It's funny how it's got it just must have just had a bit of heat at some point. But anyway, it's all going in the bin. We'll put all fresh in it and it'll make a nice engine. This should do the 100 horsepower with its correct, with the new BJ65 cam in it. Head's got plenty of meat on it, so we can skim it as well. Get a bit of a wedge on it and get the compression ratio up. So yeah, that's good. That's a good basis for a rebuild. I've got another head here which has just come back from Rodwell Motorsport. This is the head we looked at last week, and I said, oh, the valve seats were dead low. Do you remember the valve was sat virtually flush in the chamber? Well, Stuart, absolute superstar, turned it round real quick and he's put me a new set of seats in, recut them. So that's great. That's a massive help, because I'm still waiting for the front pulley so we can get that crank balance, and I can get on with the block, although I have been so busy with the workshop I've not done anything else. But next week we'll try and have a good purge on this. Get the head, we'll start by welding the head across there just to support it, then I'll skim it, redo the wheel string grooves. The ports were not on the touch because we were quite happy with those, and then what we'll do is build that up with the new cam, the modern cam profiling. I'll get the block honed, and I'll have a good week. Just with my brother very kindly coming to help me this week, it's meant that it's been more advantageous to crack on with moving stuff to the unit. There's two of us to lift things in the car and stuff. So next week we'll have a good week on this engine. We'll try and get it to a stage. But now I'm going to put this to one side. I just wanted to talk about it because I just really wanted to say how happy I was that Stuart turned it around so quickly. A fantastic job as always. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dyno this engine on behind me. Okay chaps, we're on the dyno now with David's 740, and thought, well, we've got a bit of time, but what we'll do is we'll have a play around with emulsion tubes. So I'm going to change the tubes in it. It's under Lortos, and we're on what we call number 6 emulsion tube at the moment, which is what I run in all the races. But because this is on a mild cam and it's got good mid-range torque, I might bring it down to a 0.5 emulsion tube, which will give it more fuel in the middle and less at the top. So we'll get a set of figures off it now, and then I'll change the emulsion tubes, and we'll start again with it and see if it's any better. But, for the time being, it does pick up quite well. Does not really miss. But it maybe could be better, maybe not. We'll have to see by trying. Right, okay, we're going to run open pipe. We're not going to run with the silencer to the big silencer, because I want to see how it'll perform in the car in its real circumstances rather than with that pipe. I know it doesn't make a big difference, but the overall length of the exhaust pipe does affect the fueling. So back him off a little bit. Let's just see where it lands. Gun wide open. 5,000, roughly about 75 foot-pound. This is quite good actually. Let's just back it off again. So we get a 6,000 figure. So 6,000, maybe 78 foot-pound. Right. Let's start by adding some fuel. See if that. Right. Okay. We've just gone from a 120 main to 125. I just wanted to find out if it wanted more fuel first, because last time we ran it, I know it was only a week and a half ago, but it was warmer. It was 20 degrees ambient, and it was a bad air day. It was like a 990 air day. Whereas today we're on 1,020 millibar, so it's a much better air day, and it's a lovely cool 11 degrees in the cell. So there's a chance that the engine will want to do more power, and it'll like the fuel. I could be completely wrong in what I'm saying here, but we'll see what happens. So anything up from 120 to 125, we'll do the emulsion tubes next. 6,000 is holding about 80, 7,080. See, hanging on quite well that for an R17. But like the fuel, let's go back, try and get the 6,000 figure. Come on, let go. Oh yeah. Right. I'd say we're holding a good 80, 81 foot-pound there. So it like the fuel, so the better air day and the cooler air definitely help here. Right. Let's swap the emulsion tube now and see how it affects. In fact, no, what we should do, we need to get a low end figure, because what this different emulsion tube will do is it'll give it more fuel at a lower RPM range, so like your 4,000 area. Just loading the dyno up, you can see my little wheel going around in the background, possibly. Right, 4,000, I'd say we're doing a good 71 foot-pound there at 3.8. 71 at 3.8. Right, let's see if it's affected by the... I'm going to try and keep this really simple. We have different types of emulsion tubes, and they control whereabouts the carburetor does its fueling in relation to the amount of air going through it. The carburetor doesn't have a speed sensor, so it doesn't know how fast the engine is going. It just knows how much air is going through it. So I've done a bit of a diagram here, which is pretty shabby, but it might explain something. First of all, these on the right hand side are the new ones. See at number 5, I've just zoomed in on there. So it's a 7772.5. Those are the ones I propose to put in. And what's just come out of it is, where is it? Oh, they're all going to fall on the floor. How fantastic. I can't find the numbers. Oh, they're up there. That's the number 6. See number 6 there? So that one's a number 6. That one's number 5. So 2 of them fell on the floor, not to worry. So what we can see is there's an extra hole on the 0.6 one there, and there's no holes at the top. That you can see it's smooth there. So it has its holes a bit lower down. Now, carburation is like a science on its own. I'm not even going to attempt to understand why or how it works that way. But these live in a float chamber, and the fuel is submerged. The jet, this is the main jet in the bottom, that is submerged in the fuel, and this is at atmospheric pressure, so that's the air correction jet, and that is the main jet, and they just push onto each end of the emulsion tube. Now, this is my little imp engine diagram. So there's my little valve, my inlet valve going up and down. This is my combustion chamber. That's my camshaft, and this is the port. So we've got air going this way, and we know that I'm running 40mm Delorto. So the butterfly, which I failed to draw, is there, and that's 40mm. Let's put the butterfly on. So that's my little butterfly, and when we open it wide open, the air goes through really fast. So this is the choke. We've got 30mm chokes in this because it's a road car. So you want to get good air speed. So you've got, you know, a difference in diameter, so the air has to go faster to get through. And it's that speed with the choke that makes this thing called the Venturi draw the fuel up the jet into the emulsion tube and then out the emulsion tube, and it goes down into here where it's like atomized with the air going past. And it's the size of those fuel droplets that is like a science on its own. Lots of different theories. We know that fuel that's not atomized with air doesn't burn as well as air and fuel, hence why fuel injection came about, because by injecting at high pressure you can get the air and the fuel molecules or whatever they are to mix really, really well, so you get good combustion. So that's what that's all about. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the emulsion tube, because I'm hoping that what it'll do is it'll give it a bit more fuel in the middle and less at the top, which will help it. But we'll see, because we've written the figures down, so we'll see if it's any better or not. But yeah, that's what we can rub that out now, although it will be on the internet for years to come. But yeah, quite embarrassing, but it gets the message across, hopefully. Right, okay, I'm back. Trying to decide if we tuned it to a standstill or we've made an improvement. Nearly managed to hold wide open throttle then at 2000 RPM. That was interesting, wasn't it? So at 3500 now, that's well better. Wouldn't do that before. That's like 70 foot-pound that at 3.5. Let's see what it is at 3.8, because that's where we had the 71 foot-pound. It's killed it. Yeah, it doesn't like it, 3.8. Oh dear. Interesting. It may be that it's gone rich. What we'll have to do is put the 120 mains back in it. I think that might change things. Let's just see what it's like up at 7. Can't decide if it's giving it a misfire. Come on, Mr. Dyno. Still fairly good. Still seeing 80. Right, let's just put the 120 mains back in and see if that helps it down. Right, okay. I've changed the mains now. So it will be a bit leaner. Let's see how it affects it. Now we had a really good figure of 70 foot-pound at 3.5 thousand before. Let's try and load it up down here. Let's just see where it lands first. Not quite making 80, is it there? Let's bring it down. That's a nice figure, 75 at 5. Let's try and get this 3.5. Still doing the 71 there. Right. Decisions. Was it better before? That's the question. I felt it was stronger at the top end before. Let's go back to the original setting and see where we're at. Right, okay, I think the gains at the bottom have been so minimal that I've just pulled more fuel out of it to see. Thought it had a bit of a rich miss on it. I think we're going to go back to where we were, you know. I think the head's quite good on it, so even though the cam's not that wild, it still wants the fuel at the top end. The 3057. Let's open it up to about 3.5. The 4000. It's best 38. It's a good 71. We had that before though, so that's nothing new that. But definitely up at the 6,000 mark, it isn't as good with the 0.5 emulsion tube, or the 7,000. It's definitely falling off. Obviously, I know nowhere near as good, I can tell. Right, let's go back to where we were. Right, okay chaps, we're back on the original jets. Let's see how it performs. Our 4,000 figure, nice steady 71. Let's try and a bit lower, see if it'll grab him lower. Come on. It is getting a little bit warm in there now. The water from the dyno is obviously, I've only got so much cooling capacity, and the 1,000 litre tank on the roof gets lukewarm, and I can see that we're in this sort of 75-80 degree water temp, so we're going to be losing a bit of power there. So I'm not expecting it to be quite as good as it was first thing this morning when we started doing it, but back some more for dyno, see if we get a 6,000 figure. I'll just let you sweep through. Seems quite happy that. Well, what we'll do is I'll leave the fans on for a minute. I'll try and freeze the cell and get some temperature out of it, and then we'll... Okay, let's quickly see how we get on. Bit cooler now, about 65. Come on, Mr. Dyno, grab hold of it. Oh. Quite happy holding a good 82 and 5.5. Mega that. Let's see what it's like at 4.5. I've just made another change, which I'll tell you about in a second. Something else which I'll go in there and talk to you about now. The other change that I made was I changed the spark plugs from these, which are an NGK number 6 plug, to these, which are a proper racing plug. These are a B8 EV. So you can see that this plug does not protrude into the chamber anywhere near as much as this plug does. This plug, you could look at that and think, that's a bit lean, that, Andy. But because it protrudes in the chamber so much, on wide open throttle on the dyno, when it's really grafting, a lot of heat, so it burns the electrode clean like that. You've got to go really rich, like sooty rich, misfire rich, to make them look rich. So I mostly send my engines out with a number 7, but what I've learned in recent times is putting a 6 in them eliminates all the problems that people get when they're using a sort of a race engine on a pair of 40s as a road car, i.e. sat in traffic, small throttle openings, you know, starting the car up to drive it out and wash it, all that sort of palaver. What happens is these plugs, because they protrude so much into the chamber, you can see they burn hotter basically, so they always stay clean and there's less chance of wetting one of these, whereas this is a proper race plug. If you drive this, you know, through scrutineering and just leave it idling, you'll wet the plug, even if the engine's fit as a fiddle. They're not that keen on loads of fuel hanging around because it's such a cool plug. They don't get hot at all. They're protected by the, you know, the flame front doesn't really pass them like it does on that one. So yeah, what I did was, I will be sending the engine out with the number 6 in it, because on the dyno it gets a much harder time than it'll ever get in the car, if that makes sense. In the car, it's always a climbing torque, so you go through the gears, you know, you fly through the gears and the RPM's increasing all the time. On the dyno, we're able to hold it, it's a brake, so it can't push past, and that's why it gets a harder time here, which is a good thing for me, because it means if it's going to fail, it fails on the dyno rather than on the customer. But yeah, these plugs obviously for racing, much better. For what we're doing in the dyno, much better for the dyno obviously, but for road use, put them on a number 6, and it'll never wet a plug basically, and it'll never overheat the plug. When the car is on the road, they will go a bit more sort of your biscuit brown colour, because it won't get the same hard time that it gets on the dyno. Anyway, I'm not going to say too much because I'll just confuse you completely, but that's a touch on how the plugs work. Just watched my video about the spark plugs, and the main key point that I forgot to mention was the reason it gave more power with the racing plugs is when it was wide open throttle, the plug was not overheating, whereas these were on the verge of overheating. That's why it was struggling to hold torque. So obviously we don't want the end of the spark plug to start getting too hot, because then it can start to glow and then obviously it could cause pre-ignition and stuff. So that's why it was better on the wide open throttle against the solid brake at 5,000 RPM or 7,000 RPM with the other plug. But because it's going in the road car and it'll never see this pain ever again in its life, I've put it back on the 6. Anyway, just to summarise, I've got to say I'm really pleased with this one. Been a good engine, this. I don't think it's got any leaks there. A look. Looks like it's an oil type one, which is handy. What we'll do is we'll just fire it up now, make sure it all sounds and looks does all the same pressures as it did before, and then I can ring the customer and tell them we've actually done something this month. Time, Richard. I thought I had no decent content for this week's video. How you doing?
You'll have none after this interview as well.
What? Show me the damage. Where have you damaged it?
No damage.
Is that it?
Look at that.
You can't.
I'm gonna lap her over that, so it looks like.
You can't say you've been on a rally because you've got mud on the side of it.
Second overall.
Whereabouts?
Look at that, up in the legs.
Mate,
Near Kendal.
you're not parking that next to my classic green Escort.
It was yeah, it was the first round of the Kirby Lonsdale Championships. So.
Oh, you're hoping to win it, are you?
Yeah, got it. We're in with a shout now, aren't we?
In with a
6
shout?
rounds, I think.
Wow. Is it going all night?
Yeah. No, those ones are only short. They're only 80, 90 miles, so a few hours. But I did one last week. Well, did course car on the Clitheronian last week, which was biblical last Saturday night. I was absolutely chucking it down. 50 odd entry. After the first section, I think there were 16 or 17 cars out in the first section.
Why? What did they
within
crash?
about 10 miles. No, because it was so wet. Drowned.
Drowned?
That didn't miss
Oh,
a beat,
that was the bad weather I went.
It was absolutely horrendous. You know, there was
Yeah.
water was up to here.
Was it? I went to Bradford and got drowned.
Yeah. I think what it was like up in the Yorkshire Dales.
Oh, crazy. Mate,
Yeah.
I'll have to, I've got to get the kids from school.
You enjoy.
Looks like a real car that now, mate. Well done. Okay, Ross, go on. Brilliant. Congratulations, YouTubers. You've made it to the end of Shrigleytube TV. If you can make it next Sunday, I'll look forward to seeing you there at Silverstone in the paddock. We'll get you a bit of cake. All right, have a great week. See you now. Bye-bye.